I don't have money. I don't know how to have more money. Why is it I can't keep the money I already have? Have thoughts like that? You're at the right place. Hi, I'm Gull Khan, and as a money mindset expert, I help entrepreneurs to break free from the limiting beliefs, to reverse their money shame, and to blast through the money blocks so that they can live a life of unlimited abundance. Now, I'm here today and we're going to be talking about in episode 2. I've talked about my life story and how I came from being a banking and finance lawyer to becoming an energy healer and primarily working around money. And today I'm going to be talking about the most important topic for you to understand for us to move forward with these episodes. So the very first thing you want to talk about today is money blocks and how is it relevant and what is this money block concept that's actually stopping you from having, keeping and making more money. Most people have these thoughts. I can't make money. I don't know how to make money. Why can't I have money? Why is that I'm not able to make money? Am I not worthy? And this sort of impacts their personal self-worth. Am I not worthy of it? Am I not intelligent enough for it? Do I need to have something special? People who have made self-made millionaires, are there something special? Do they have something that the secret ingredient that I'm not aware of? Etc., etc. And with this new movie, the movie that came out a few years ago now, not new, but a few years ago, The Secret, the law of attraction idea, the idea of law of attraction with the new age thinking has become very, very popular. And they've tried to use this as well. They've tried to think, okay, so I'll use this, law of attraction. And many people have tried to use the law of attraction to bring more wealth and more abundance into their life with not much success, because what they failed to do was understand this crucial idea of money blocks. The aim of this podcast and this video series is to be able to help you understand what's currently blocking you from having, making, and receiving more money, and how to change your actual relationship with money. I don't want you to be more interested in money in the sense that I don't want you to have greed for it. I don't want you to have more hunger for it. I want you to have a healthy relationship with money and understand that you can have as much as you want in this physical world. There's more than enough supply for you, all your needs and all your desires to be met. And that you can do it easily and effortlessly, as long as you understand your internal relationship with money in terms of the way you think and feel about money. Once you understand that and you can change it to a more healthy element, so you have a healthy relationship with money, then you can have more money, right? Okay, so let's talk about what's the major issue at the moment. Most people experience fear, frustration, anger about money, and I'm not any different. And I have to, put my hands up. I explained to you in terms of my journey, which had very ups and downs. I come from a banking finance law. So as a banking finance lawyer, I was used to earning a certain amount of money. Now, I didn't decide how much money I was worth. My industry did. And the number of years of education and so forth, and my level, etc., etc. So the HR department decided how much money I was going to be paid, and I was paid that. I didn't have to decide how much money I'm going to make. And also the fact that I worked for so many years and worked so hard to get to where I was, I believed I deserved money. The problem came when I set up my own business. And even though I was familiar with all the strategies and law of attraction, the tools, and I had been getting results for people around me and I had been charging them, of course, but I was able to get other people results. When it came to my own life, I was struggling. I wasn't able to have a successful business in every area, let alone coaching industry, which is very, very competitive and very difficult to attain anyway. So I looked and thought, okay, what's happening inside, about me? And until that point, I wasn't aware that the fact that I had self-worth issues to the extent that I couldn't ask for money. And I thought I had a very healthy relationship with money. Most people come to me and think, well, no, actually, I think very good about money. And then I start addressing the things which I found in myself. And that's when the light bulb goes up, like, oh, that explains why I've been working so hard and I've been thinking so much for long. And I thought I had been meditating and so forth, and yet I wasn't able to make money. This is the reason why. This is the missing link. This is the missing secret. This is true. Okay? Anything I'm teaching you guys, I've done it on myself. I experimented on myself. I actually got results myself. And that's why I can speak from authority that I know these techniques and these tools work. And these blocks are real. We all experience frustration. Okay, so when I was trying to build my business, I experienced frustration, anger, sadness, and I found that I was operating from victim mode. Something that I I didn't accept at the time, but when I started looking into my energy, I realized I was actually operating from a victim mode rather than the thriving mode. And when you're in victim mode, you're struggling to make ends meet. You are, when I was struggling to make the bills, pay the bills, to keep food on the table, and I had a lot of negative and negative ideas about going on. Now, I'll share a story which I haven't shared before. So during my struggles and when I was going through that divorce, I had one of my aunts, bless her, I think she meant it through goodness of her heart. It wasn't meant to be a horrible comment, but she was listening to what happened and everything that happened in my life. And she made a single comment which transformed my life. It gave me such an aha moment that I stopped in my tracks and thought, oh my gosh, that is absolutely true. And her comment which brought everything home, because until that point I was in blind spot. I was able to help other people. So as a doctor, you're able to help other people, but when you work on yourself, you end up having blind spots. And energy healers are no different. So I was able to help everybody else, but I, for myself, wasn't able to see what was blocking me until this aunt of mine said this comment. And she said to me, I feel so sorry for you, Gull. Your mother must be turning in her grave. And I said, well, yeah, she's very sad. And she goes, no, you don't understand. She must be so sad that the same thing happened to you, what happened to her. And she's just said that from that point of view. And I stopped in my tracks and thought, oh my gosh, you're absolutely correct. Now, she wouldn't understand this concept, but I had been doing so much personal development work that I understood what happened. I had used the law of attraction in my life to create my exact life that my mother had. So, but just for quick comparison sakes, my mother left my father because he remarried, and he got another woman. He remarried when I was 5 years old, and my father too wanted to keep both my mum and the second wife. He actually made a home with 2 floors exactly. So there's first floor, second floor, so that he'd keep both wives in the same place, just up first floor and second floor. And my mother had 2 children. It was me and my brother, and I had 2 children at the time. The woman my father married was 16 years younger than my mother. The woman my ex cheated on me was 16 years younger than me. I had 2 children at the time. I had a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old, but I was 5 and my youngest one was 5. And my father played the financial card. This man played the financial card. Both being that they're using the financial card. The woman, the wife would come back. My father expected my mother to come back. My ex expected me to come back. It was uncanny. The similarities just blew me away. And my mother was, by the way, in her late 30s. I was in my mid to late 30s. Even the age, it was just unbelievable, the similarities. And it brought the whole concept of what I did to my life in terms of the money blocks and the law of attraction, everything really home. And it just stopped me on tracks. And that is when I went on a journey to not build a business, but to work out every single thing that I feel about money, about life, and how things work for me. And I unraveled everything, and then systematically, one by one, and one of them being toxic money. Toxic money was a major issue for me. I will cover toxic money at a later date in one of the later episodes. So if you are watching this or hearing this later on, please come back and look for it. It will be one of the later episodes. But I will cover toxic money. And toxic money played a major part in my life, which prevented me from actually building a successful business. Because if you have toxic money in your life, you just can't make money. Simple as that, point blank. You are not able to move forward. And if you can't make money, you don't have a business. Simple as that, right? And this was super powerful for me at that moment. And it actually transformed my life. So within a few months after that point, I had got my first client. I actually established my business, because until you have, as someone said to me, if your business isn't making money, it's just a hobby. So I got my first client, which is going back in December 2017. And that's when our business is born. And fast forward to 2.5 years now, we're in the mid 2020s. And I have a multi-6-figure business. And it just blew me away, the blocks that I had. I had all the talents, all the abilities, and all the capabilities of having a successful business, yet I was prevented from it because of my blocks. Now, I find this very true in my clients. I don't teach business strategies. I don't teach them where to make, how to run their business. They know better than I do. I don't teach how they can move forward. They know that much better than I do. I teach them strategies to change their mindset around money. And that's why we get phenomenal results in my clients from, someone who's able to clear $150,000 worth of debt within 6 months. Somebody else got a 6-figure contract. Somebody else, one of my favorite ones is Skadden, and she's in the testimonials page, in testimonials playlist rather. And she basically started, she earned $2,000. I think she was getting $2,000 as allowance from her husband when she started working with me. And her target was to make $2,000 herself. And I think when COVID pandemic happened, she had one of the businesses. She was making $2,000 in a single day. She went phenomenally. She flew. And the idea was to change your money blocks. Okay. I promise you, if you're watching this right now, you probably have all the strategies, all the tools, all the know-how in terms of how to make money. What you're struggling with is with your money blocks. So this really briefly brings me on to what are money blocks. Money blocks, actually, most people have them, obviously, if you're struggling with money. Money blocks dictate every aspect of your life. They really do. Because if they are when you have money blocks, not only are they impacting your financial life, they will have such strong roots. They will have impact on your personal life, on your health, and even to some extent on your relationships also. So what are money blocks? Money blocks are core beliefs around money in terms of how you can have it, how you can keep it, how you can create it. And they are so ingrained in your energy, they're part of your subconscious mind, that they cause you to actually struggle, have frustration, and self-sabotage. And that is basically what they do. Actually, everybody who doesn't have money and everybody who even does have money do have some elements of money blocks there, because the more you clear your money blocks, the greater wealth that comes into your life. It's simple as that, right? Money blocks are every kind of bad memory that you have around money, but not just money. It could be around other things, like if you were sexually abused or physically abused, if you're bullied, etc., etc. We'll cover how this impacts you in the later topics as well, because I cover all different types of money. And depending on the kind of memory you have, it will have a different kind of impact on your life in different types of money. So for example, if you're bullied or ever faced sexual abuse or any kind of physical abuse, that will deeply impact your ability to save. I will discuss this in money and savings. So any kind of memory that's detrimental, a bad memory, will impact your money, would create a money block in your energy field, or a subconscious programming around money in your subconscious mind. Anywhere you are, you're struggling with in terms of, you doubt whether you can do this. So all doubts and fears around a particular topic, a particular area would create money blocks. And these are especially true if you've tried something. For example, you tried trading. I'll use trading as an example because I do trading as well. So if you do trading and you doubt whether you can be successful at it, and then you go and do trading, and then you find that you're not successful at it, you lose money. So when that disappointment, that loss, that failure around that particular thing reinforces that particular belief, reinforces that particular doubt, and becomes solidified in your energy field and in your subconscious mind. It becomes ingrained in your subconscious thinking, in your subconscious mind. So thirdly, anything that scares you would also cause you to have money blocks. Okay, that is your money blocks as well. So money blocks can be in all different ranges, and I've just described this. It could be money beliefs, it could be beliefs and ideas around money, it could be your doubts and fears around certain things, or it could be your anything that's that causes you to have doubts around certain things. So I can't be an author, I can't be a writer, I can't be an actor, etc. Those will cause you to have blocks around money in your energy field. And especially if you have doubts around something, that's blocks in terms of you being successful in that area anyway. So how do money blocks actually impact you? Money blocks cause cause you to have these conscious beliefs in terms of, for example, I really want something. So if you have money blocks, you'll find that you consciously want something, but subconsciously push it away. And this is the case with money. So I would say, I want money. I would love to have money. I love money, and money loves me. You're saying that consciously, but subconsciously you're saying, actually, I don't like money. I don't trust money. I don't want to have money. Money is the root of all evil, etc., etc. This is what happens. And this is the cause of the money blocks. Right? This is the cause of money blocks in your life. Most people are not aware of the negative beliefs when it comes to money blocks. So you may think, well, I don't have any negative ideas about money. I'm having this conversation with one of my cousins, and I said to her that, she said to me, well, I don't want money, I just want to be happy. And I said to her, well, actually, that statement in itself shows me the fact that you have money blocks. And she goes, I don't have money blocks. And she really became very defensive about it. And we had this long discussion over she said it, and I just sat there and listened. And because you have to choose your battles, at times it's better to be wrong. You can choose to be rich or you choose to be right. I choose to be rich. So I just sometimes just say, okay, you're right, I'm wrong. But she, went ahead and gave me all the reasons why money wasn't good, and the fact that she just wanted to be comfortable around her life, and money was important to her. Every time you have all these negative thoughts, ideas, and beliefs and statements about money, those show me that you have deep-rooted conscious programming about money, which is preventing money from showing up in your life. It will show up to a certain extent, a certain level, and that's your income threshold and your income bracket. And I will talk about that in a later episode, how to identify your income bracket. But so anything below that, you will find ways to bring money in. Anything less than that, so you bring money in. But anything more than that, you will make sure that you don't bring money in, or if you do, you get rid of it very, very quickly. The first step is for you to become aware of what are these money blocks and how are they impacting you in your current life. What's going on, and how can you deal with it? That's the first step. The second step is how to clear it. So you need to become aware of how you blocked about money, what are you feeling about money, how do you think and feel, and on a subconscious level about money. And the way I recommend you do that is get a pen and paper and say, okay, so what do I think about money? And just write, put a 5 minutes timer on your phone and just start writing. Just write out everything that comes to mind without thinking consciously. Just put a pen to paper, don't put the pen out from the paper, and just write. Money, okay, so what do I think about money? And just write. If we don't consciously interrupt your thoughts, you'll find your subconscious mind will come through that pen and put in everything, so blurt out on that piece of paper exactly what you feel and really truly feel about money. So the first step is to become consciously aware of your negative beliefs and ideas about money. The second step is to clear those beliefs. And this is where the whole of this podcast series and this video series is going to be about, in terms of how you can clear these subconscious programming and these subconscious beliefs around money. So I hope you've enjoyed today's session. So in conclusion, your subconscious emotions about money hijack. I want you to understand this clearly. Your subconscious programming about money actually hijacks your autonomy, your personal freedom, your autonomy around how much money you can have and keep. And it enslaves you. You literally become a slave to your subconscious programming. And 95% of the people out there are literally slaves to the subconscious mind. They're slaves to the habit. There are many books about that. I'm not talking about something new. Psychologists teach us, as most people are creatures of habit, and it's not just in terms of habit, in terms of how you tie your shoes and how you put clothes and how you eat. It's also how you think. So most people are in the habit of thinking negatively about money. And if you're in the habit of thinking negatively about money, how can you create more money in your life? How can you keep more money alive? It's just not possible. And even if you have this new age idea of, okay, I'm going to think positively about money for 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, and I'll meditate on that, you're only thinking positively about money for the 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. The rest of the time, your subconscious programming is on autopilot and thinking negatively about money all the time. So how does 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening compare with 23 hours and 50 minutes thinking negatively about money? And remember, this also happens when you're sleeping, because your subconscious mind does not sleep when you're sleeping. Only your conscious mind is asleep. Subconscious mind is still working, which means you are still thinking negatively, and subconsciously, obviously, when it's negatively, when you're sleeping. On the other hand, if you start thinking positively about money, and this can also work, especially works with, with some of the tools we use, then subconsciously you're thinking positively about money, which means you're attracting money even when you're sleeping. Yeah? Let's get to that point. This is Gull Khan signing off. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you come back and watch the later episodes, because they'll all be full of wisdom like today's. I hope you found today's episode valuable. If you have, please leave a comment below. And if you're hearing this in the podcast, please do leave a review for us and let us know how you're enjoying this series. Until the next time we meet, this is Gull Khan signing off.